Tony from Bonner's Piano Centres. We've got two very large showrooms. One is in Eastbourne on the south coast of East Sussex, and the other one is just off the M25 motorway at Reigate in Surrey. And at both of these piano centres you can see all the top brands of digital pianos side by side, so that when you're making a decision to purchase a digital piano, you can make sure you're making the right decision because you've had the opportunity to try all the top models from all the different manufacturers under one roof. Anyway, I'm here today to talk about two new models which have just arrived from Kawai. It's the CA78 and the CA98 models. So both models are very similar in terms of their technical specifications. However, the CA98 uses Kawai's soundboard speaker technology, which gives a richer, vibrant sound, even at lower volumes. If you look at the back of the CA98 model, you'll see it actually looks like an acoustic piano because it has a soundboard. And mounted on that soundboard are two little speakers, and those speakers actually use the wood in the soundboard to resonate more and sort of give you a fuller, richer, more vibrant sound. So it's certainly worth comparing both models, because even at home at lower volumes you will feel that the CA98 does give you a warmer sound. Apart from that, all the other features of the pianos are almost identical. It's got the same number of voices and they have many of the same features. So that's why I can do a demonstration of both pianos in one video. I'm actually sitting in front of a CA98 here, and this is in the very popular rosewood finish. A very dark wood finish, but it's still very dark brown as opposed to being black. And it does have an air of quality about the finish, I must say. So let's start off by talking about some of the new features and improvements that Kawai have made over their previous generation digital pianos. First of all, the piano sound in the CA78 and CA98 both use multi-channel sampling, and I must say there's a tremendous improvement on the piano sound on these new models over the old models. The amplification system has been improved. Kawai have teamed up with the very prestigious hi-fi manufacturer from Japan called Onkyo. And these two models are the first digital pianos from Kawai to feature Onkyo amplification inside them, and there really is a very, very good quality output from the instruments, which you really need to have a play on them to actually appreciate, but they do sound very, very good. The speaker system on the CA98 has been improved. Their soundboard speaker system is now into its third generation. The Bluetooth capabilities of both instruments are now the best you can find in any digital piano. Before, Roland Digital Pianos were always ahead of the game as far as connectivity to Bluetooth devices. However, Kawai now have Bluetooth MIDI and Bluetooth audio. So what that means is that you can either stream music from your phone or your tablet computer direct to the piano to use the piano speakers to play your audio through direct from your device, and it does sound very, very good just playing music back through the speaker system. However, it's also useful because you could maybe get YouTube and watch a movie, put your tablet on the music desk here and play along to some of the backing tracks and things that you can find on YouTube. Or for learning, the CA78 and 98 have Bluetooth MIDI, which means that the piano will communicate both ways with your tablet. So there are some interactive tuition apps available for iPad and Android which allow you to learn the piano, and it interacts with you. The software will actually look at what you're doing and tell you where you're going wrong. So things have moved forwards massively on the Bluetooth front. There is a new touchscreen user interface, and this really is excellent. Now, these are the first pianos in this category that have a touchscreen, and it does mean that you don't have to go through so many menus to get to some things now. So it's a very familiar way of using a product nowadays that we're all used to with our phones and with tablets and other touchscreen devices, and Kawai have made a very good user interface on this piano. So let's start by having a listen to the new piano sound. This is using the multi-channel sampling, and the way that these instruments work are there are actually two modes. There is the piano mode and there is a sound mode. Now, in the piano mode, or pianist mode as Kawai call it, all of the power from the processing is being put into creating the very, very best piano sound, so it's not being spread amongst other functions. So lots of the other functions when you're in pianist mode aren't available, such as splitting the keyboard or mixing sounds together. However, what you do get is a very, very best piano experience that Kawai have ever made in a digital piano, and it really does sound excellent. So let's take a listen to the very first sound that comes on to the piano when you first switch it on, and this is the Shigeru Kawai EX piano sound with multi-channel sampling. So both the CA78 and CA98 use Kawai's Grand Feel 2 keyboard action. This is a really nice keyboard action. It's actually one of my favourite keyboards on any digital pianos, and that is because it uses a nice long length wooden key, and the pivot point here in the middle, the distance from the front of the key to that pivot point is the correct distance that you would find on a Kawai acoustic piano. And what that means is that it results in a feel to the key which makes it very sensitive to the lightest of touch, but also when you want to play heavy, there's also some nice resistance there as well. And it's all because of the pivot point in the middle, and then what's happening down here with these weights on the end here. It's a very balanced keyboard action. It feels very nice to play, and it is one of the, I say, most realistic keyboard actions, if you like, of all the digital pianos that I've played. This is used in all of Kawai's CA series models and also the CS series as well. It has synthetic ivory key surfaces, synthetic ebony as well on the top, on the black notes there, and it's a graded keyboard action. So what that means is it's slightly heavier in the bass register and slightly lighter in the treble register, which is true to a grand piano. So when you're in pianist mode, you still have a choice of different piano tones to choose from for different styles of music, which you can access these different tones just by swiping left to right on the screen. So what I'm going to do now is choose the romantic piano sound, and this is a really nice delicate piano sound for ballads and romantic classical music. It really is a beautiful tone. And now I'm going to swipe through to a different piano sound, and this is the jazz piano sound, and this one has a little bit more attack on it, a little bit brighter sound, but perfect for jazz and popular music. So staying in pianist mode, what I'm going to do now is select the virtual technician. Now virtual technician is something that has been featured on Kawai Digital Pianos for many years now. However, with the touchscreen, it makes accessing the feature much easier. And what virtual technician does is it gives you all the tools that a piano tuner would have to actually alter the tone and the voicing of the piano and tuning as well. So you can actually create your own sort of bespoke piano sound. So you can change the touch, you can change the resonance, you can change the damper noise. There are all sorts of parameters that you can change right down to individual notes. So if you think a particular note is a little bit too bright or a little bit too mellow, you can change that using the virtual technician, and then you just press save and it saves that setting back into the piano sound, so that every time you choose that sound it has your own bespoke setting that you created yourself. So we're now going to move on to the sound mode, and in sound mode this is where you can access all of the different voices that are in the CA78 and 98, and you can mix them together and you can split the keyboard. So let's move across to sound mode. And now I'm just going to show you a few of the other voices that are inside these pianos. So let's start off with one of the electric piano sounds, and this is the sound of the Fender Rhodes. This is a very popular sort of bell type piano sound from the 1970s and early 1980s, and I actually own a Fender Rhodes myself, an original model, and I must say that this is one of the best sounding Fender Rhodes recreations I've heard. And sticking with the sort of early electronic piano sounds, let's take a listen to the 1960s piano sound. Now this is the Wurlitzer piano sound. Now when we're in sound mode on these pianos, it does allow you to layer two voices together. So if I just press the dual button, I can now layer two different sounds together, and it automatically chooses strings as your second voice. So that's what I've done. I've just layered the strings with a piano voice here, and just take a listen to it. You can really immerse yourself in a nice big wash of sound, but it really is quite fun to play with this particular combination of voices, and it does sound very, very nice. So again, when we're in sound mode, it does allow us to split the keyboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a bass voice on my left hand. Now this bass voice I'm choosing actually has a cymbal on every note as well. So every time I play a key, you're hearing the bass voice and a cymbal playing. And in my right hand, I have the jazz piano voice. So when we're in sound mode, we do have access to a lot of other voices, and you select the voices just by swiping left and right and up and down on a sort of grid type system. So that brings me to the end of my brief demonstration of the Kawai CA78 and CA98 digital pianos. Nothing beats getting your hands on these pianos and actually trying them for yourself. You can do that in both of Bonner's digital piano stores. We have one in Eastbourne on the south coast and one in Reigate in Surrey, just off the M25 motorway. You can compare this with lots of other digital pianos under one roof so that you know you're making the right decision for yourself or your family. But if you'd like some more advice in buying a digital piano, then please check out our website. You'll find the details below in the description to this movie, or give us a call and we're quite happy to talk through digital pianos on the telephone with you. But in the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in another one of my piano demonstration movies.